Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am MartineFelton and I'm an artist, and this is my channel. So I haven't really did a sit down video in a while and talked and updated you guys. I pretty much upload every Sunday, and I think I am going to start uploading on Wednesdays. There's a day I want to upload another video every week, as well as do a weekly live consistently. And it's just been hard to really nail those days down. Sunday has pretty much been my upload day, and it's been easy. But it's just been hard to work in another day. That means more work, more editing, and more things. And yeah, so I'm trying to feel my way through that. But anyway, welcome and thank you for being here. Okay, so if you follow me on this channel, if you're new here, by the way, go ahead, please subscribe, like the video, comment, do all the great YouTube things. And thank you to the new subscribers. Anyway, if you follow me on my socials, on my Substack, and on my Instagram, I had said that April, I was giving myself monthly themes. Like last month, March, was fruits and vegetables. That was a success for me. This month I did wildflowers, florals basically. And I did do some florals. Now I did do some florals. Some of the fruits and vegetables kind of, you know, came along for the ride in April as well. I like painting that. I like drawing fruits and vegetables, food basically. So I haven't been doing a lot of florals this month, I'm not gonna lie. I have been really trying to focus on drawing and painting the things that are easy for me, that I like, and using watercolor. Watercolor has become one of my favorite mediums. Actually, my favorite medium. Watercolor and gouache are the same, in my opinion. They're both water soluble, so they're both water soluble paints. So they come from the same. They're just, gouache is just a little bit more opaque. So anyway, that's my favorite medium, and I've been really trying to focus on that more. Finding things that are easier for me, using materials that I like using, and kind of developing a natural way of creating. So I've been focusing on that. So you have the food, and then you have watercolor, right? And so that's what I've been trying to kind of focus on. That is kind of my happy place. And so while I was doing a little bit of the flowers this month, I really was focusing on that, and also focusing on creating pieces that I could put in my portfolio, which I'm currently developing. So that's that. And I've been a little bit discouraged, and not with the artist community, just in general. I have a lot of personal things going on, happening, emotional things, anxiety, being depressed sometimes, financial stresses, all of the things. Just life just continues to life for me in some very intense ways. And so I love creating content for YouTube. I really do. I think I just I needed a little break, and I kind of needed to focus on my art more for me and not for the general public. And so I think that's where the watercolor and the food are kind of intersect with that, because I'm just very comfortable working with watercolor, and I love the unpredictability about it. I love how, you know, it does its own thing in certain instances, but then it depends on how you want to use it, because in other ways, there are ways that you can control the watercolor if you want to be more precise with it. But if you want to be more expressive, you can do that. Or if you want to be more precise, you can do that as well. And so that's what I like about it. And that's what I've really been exploring. And like I said, just identifying those things and creating things for my portfolio. And lettering has become something that I just really, really enjoy, hand lettering. And I've been kind of dipping my toe in that as well. So the month of April, I've created a lot of different things. I've created things on my iPad. I have a sketchbook that I dedicate to just pencil sketching, like thumbnailing, ideas, brainstorming. I'll show you guys that. I'll show you guys some of the florals, the theme of the month. What I've made when it comes to florals, and what I've made in terms of food sketching and things like that. So this is gonna be a kind of just a show and tell video, an update, and showing you guys what I made for this month of April. I want to go outside and sketch today, so I might take you guys along for that. So we'll see how the day progresses. And I'm trying to catch a drawing session as well. Maybe I won't be able to go outside and sketch. We'll see, but I'm definitely catching, it's 10:33 right now, at 11 o'clock, a drawing session with Viola Art Studio. I've had to cancel like all of my Patreon memberships. So her membership actually has not expired yet. So I can still hop on the drawing session today, and I want to do that because we'll be drawing pears, and that's one of my favorite subjects. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I create. No, first I'll show you guys what I've done for this month. Then you'll probably see the drawing session sketches. I'll probably time-lapse that. And we might go outside today. But if we don't, sorry, I couldn't do it. But anyway, let me show you guys what I've made. I'll take you on the overhead camera. Okay, guys, so here we are. Let me just adjust my camera a little bit, straighten her out. And okay, so florals, okay, so here is just sketches. This turned out like I messed it up. This is from my own reference photo. All right, and this is all the wildflowers, and then I tried to add the trees in the background here, and it just did not come out right. Here we have just some individual flowers from that same reference photo. And what did I use? I used my ink brush pen. I usually have it handy. Like, where is it now? Now that I want to show it to you guys, it's not here. Okay, the Pentel, yeah. So this is a Pentel, brush pen. I hope you can see the Pentel there. It's a brush pen right there. And so that's what I was using for these sketches. You could see how it's so like saturated. And it came, I got it on Amazon. It came with like 2 cartridges, so that I can change if I need to. So anyway, getting back to the flowers, this was that. And then we have these that I believe that I did with some watercolor. And this is obviously like a sunflower. These were daffodils, orange daffodils, and these were all from my own reference photos. Pictures of flowers that I took last year, last season, this time. Yeah. So more flowers. Then I added some lettering on top, which I kind of ended up really liking. Let me bring you guys in a little closer. I ended up really liking this. I meant to fill these letters in, but I never got around to it. So let's see, the background, I believe the background I used ink, acrylic ink. That must be acrylic ink. No, it's not shiny. It must be watercolor, yeah. I used watercolor as the background, but then I think these flowers are gouache because they're very textured. And the lettering up here, I used my Posca markers with that. So I kind of like this. I want to revisit this on a larger scale, probably in a larger sketchbook at some point. So that's that. Like I told you guys before, I was doing a lot of food as well, so it was really wildflowers and food this month. Pancakes, bananas and strawberries, still life. This I got from I think it was an image on Unsplash. And here, just sketching out some food with black ink. You know, this was supposed to be sushi rolls, but that didn't come out too well. Here, exploring food again, using like Tombow markers. These were all like markers, water-based markers that I was exploring, like treats, ice cream, donuts, burgers, stuff like that. I think this fried egg came out the best out of this spread. I like the way that egg came out. Oh, this was actually from yesterday. This was just a plein air sketch. I went to the lake yesterday and I did the sketch. Okay, so let me put that to the side. All right. This was from actually, you know, I got this watercolor paper from the Dollar Tree in their crafts. aisle, and it's smooth, but it's textured. It's cold pressed, but it's like, I like it. It's so sturdy. Anyway, I was following a tutorial on YouTube. I don't remember the creator's name, but she started off with flowers, and then she like added some carrots and peppers. So I just went along with it. It was flowers and food. So basically right up my alley for this month, which was so funny. So this is just following a tutorial. I like the way it came out. I do. I like it. I like the colors are really what is really eye-catching with me, with the blues and the oranges and the purples. I really like that combination. It's really pretty. So this was from a reference photo of mine as well, watercolor, and then I was using an ink, a dip pen. I was using my dip pen. Here it is. Some ink pen with my, where's the Winsor? Well, this is the box. This is the Winsor Newton ink. It's black Indian ink, and I was using that. So that's where the the black mark making comes from. And it's pretty cute. All right. And here, yeah, I just started this book. Wildflowers, kind of from the same reference photo. I added, hey, I think I uploaded the video for this. I added a bumblebee there. This was just a landscape. Don't like that. Okay, these flowers here again. This was from another reference photo of mine. When I went to the gardens here, there's like a gardens in my neighborhood where they have like the wildflowers really grow there immensely. So I have a lot of pictures from there. That's from a reference photo. Testing out my dip pen and messing around with some lettering. Again, more flowers here. This was a fail. I think I was using Neocolors here. And more lettering. Working with letter forms. Okay, this was also from my own reference photo. I had peppers and onions on the carving board, and I didn't even arrange them in this way. They just came out that way, and I was like, oh, this is a cool photo, so I snapped it. So this was done with watercolor and then watercolor pencil on top. And then I decided to do it again, not the very same, way that they were arranged. So I used my Posca markers for this one. I like the way this one came out better than this one. Oh, I don't know why I decided to sketch fish this day, but I kind of like the way this came out. Came out cute. All right, so food. This was I've been working with my food, using my food references. I've been working with a cookbook that I have. It's Mediterranean, like, recipes. I've been working with this book of Mediterranean recipes, and there's a lot of great pictures in here of recipes and of food. So if you're interested in drawing food or drawing, like in making illustrated recipes, that's what I want to do. I recommend a cookbook. That's the best way, I think. Anyway, so this was a Greek salad. I really like the way this came out. I did this all in watercolor and pencil. And then for this lettering, I really regret doing this lettering so big, but it's fine because I scanned this image. I'm going to use this image. I scanned it. This is just a sketchbook. This is just for practice. So I won't be using this lettering because it's just too big. And here's some more lettering that I did the other, like last week during a drawing session with Samantha Dion Baker over on Substack. And her meetup this month, her theme was lettering. So I did some lettering, and I made up, we were lettering some quotes, motivational quotes. So honor the art that comes through you was one of mine, and another one is growth is not linear. I like the way this came out. I could have did better with this lettering over here. So I will be revisiting this, especially this one. I really like this one. I might scan this one and use it for something. Yeah. So, and then, so this one was one of Sam's that we were replicating. And this was a quote by Henry Miller, and where we did drop shadowing. If you can see like the drop shadows behind the letters, it's pretty cool. So here's a little floral still life and more lettering practice. I did this. I was following a Tammy K on YouTube tutorial. She's a watercolor artist, and we were doing like monochrome, and this is Payne's Gray that I use for this entire thing. And we were just working with like values, using the same color, but using different values of that color. And I like the way this came out. Here I'm just swatching, and that's that. So in here, this is a watercolor sketchbook that I usually take outside with me. So I hadn't taken it outside since last summer. So this was from last summer, literally. Okay, so these, I wanted to sketch some food that day. This is from a reference photo of my avocado toast that I got from Panera Bread a few months ago. I had the picture on my phone. I didn't realize how much pictures of my food that I take, and then I forget. Like when I go out to eat, I don't know why I take pictures of my food and then that's it. But I have so many food pictures. It's so funny. Red pears. This reference I got from Unsplash. So again, the same pancake picture that I showed you guys earlier, but I decided to do it again. And this is kind of unfinished. I don't know, I got turned away and then I never came back to it. So here we have, this was a watercolor background, and then I did the daffodils with a glass dip pen. This glass dip pen here that I have. I've been enjoying using dip pens as well. I got this dip pen off of Temu like a while ago, like last year maybe. It's pretty cool. And that's all I have in there. So let's move on to the food stuff, the food sketches that I've made. So this recipe card I made, okay, here I got this recipe from the recipe book that I just showed you for some bruschetta. I love bruschetta. Asparagus. Now this was just like a fun, playful type, and I used the dip pen. I used watercolor, and then I used ink with the dip pen. I used green ink, acrylic ink with the dip pen. And I think this came out cute. I know it looks messy. I just feel like it's just very expressive. So this, what I like to do in my sketchbook, like before I show you that, these were some pomegranates that I painted as well with just watercolor. Okay. So in my sketchbook, in this pencil sketchbook, right, I like to make pencil sketches in here, right? And then what I'll do is photocopy them and then play with color and see what color I would use. And I find that very helpful. Instead of, you know what I mean? Like just diving into the sketch without knowing, you know, what colors, you know, like one of the best things to do is pick your colors beforehand. So like I photocopy my sketchbook pages, well, these sketchbook pages in particular, the ones that I use with pencil, and I play with color on the copy. So like I told you guys before, I've been really into drawing food. So this is just a spread of food, like just sketching these from memory or just making them up, stylizing them myself. Okay, let's go down. Yeah, just stylizing these myself. And yeah. And here's another page of baked goods, bakery. And just some other things here. I was trying to come up with like a illustration for nutrient dense foods that you can, you know, because I fast. After a certain at a certain time of the day, I stop eating until the next day. And a lot of people do that, you know, for weight loss, because I'm on a weight loss journey right now, on a fitness journey. So I wanted to make an illustration illustrating like the foods that are good to break your fast. Like they say, you should always break your fast with nutrient dense foods. So this was like something that I'm developing, and I was just, you know, brainstorming. So also here, these sketches of like bone broth and protein and stuff like that. And here was my original sketch of the bruschetta. Where's that thing? Yeah, so I did it over on this watercolor paper and added the ingredients. And this is how the final came out, because I scanned it and brought it into Procreate. So this is how it looks now in Procreate. I changed it up quite a bit. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. All right, so, oh yeah, and this one I hate. I don't like the way the salmon, like, and the tzatziki sauce came out. I don't like the way this came out, so I'll probably do it over because I feel like the sauce just looks like a glob. I should have put it like in a cup and had the sauce like coming out on like out of the little like condiment cup or little saucer or whatever. But this has potential, so I'm going to be doing this over. And let me show you guys some other things that I've done in my iPad. So juicing recipe. I did this juicing recipe called Berry Blast. This was an actual juice that I've made for myself and my husband. So I made that little illustration. And then here's another juicing thing that I did here with the tropical juice with pineapples, pears, and oranges. So yeah. What else have I made from here that I haven't showed? Yeah, like I said, I had scanned the Greek salad, but I haven't worked on it yet, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to try to catch, oh, it's already 11 o'clock. I'm going to try to catch that drawing session and hopefully show you guys the time lapse. All right, see you guys later.